Whew, yo, we are going to make a little ramble video before I guess Group Iron Man probably comes out. My plan was to make this hopefully before it comes out. And what day is it today? It's the 5th. Holy shit. So that's tomorrow. Oh god. It just became the 5th. Okay, I was about to say, bro, am I a day behind myself right now? Alright, so this video will be uploaded on the 5th, like at 5 p.m. probably, just like tomorrow. So technically today, but it's just turned midnight. That's why I was very confused there. So yeah, how's it going? Welcome. This is a huge spoiler, by the way, if you watch the UIM series. Yeah, we're on like episode 5 at the moment for this series, and I'm definitely not at that stage still. You know, we're a little bit ahead now, that's for sure, dude. In case you are wondering, this account is on day 51, I believe. Now, I've just been keeping track, because why not? So yeah, I think I'm on like episode like 15 or 16 at the moment. So episode 5 is on YouTube only, so we're a bit behind. Obviously, the first month of me playing the account, I didn't upload anything because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like do it or not. So that put me like a little bit behind where I should be, to be honest. But yeah, here we are. I guess pretty big spoiler, kind of. I shouldn't be recording this account, to be honest. It's a bad idea, but we're gonna do it anyways, I guess, because why not? I've just kind of recently learned this like UIM smithing method. I don't know if you're supposed to like, I think I was supposed to like hop every world, but at the moment I just thought it'd be convenient to smith like 10 plates per world, then go back to, I don't really know, bro, but it's like kind of free smithing XP. These are the current stats right now. I'm working on, I guess 70 smithing for Song of the Elves. But if I get 68 here, we can move up to Mithril, which is so much better than Steel. Well, it's not a huge difference, is it? I guess like, what, 250 XP for the plates? And you get more XP though for smelting, so something like that. But alright, let's get into the ramble, I guess. I don't have much planned, as usual. I do know that obviously you'll probably talk about UIM a bit, and probably Group Iron Man, because I really haven't talked much about Group Iron Man on YouTube, really, have I? So yeah, obviously you probably know the team already. It's gonna be me, Zulu, Devious, and Alfie. I know that like we probably, well, at least for me, we should have probably had like an actual plan, but I think we do have a plan. I think Zulu's doing 95 Runecrafting Rush, so we can do that spell. I put emphasis on doing that spell first before we do too much Slayer. Same thing with my UIM. I don't want to pass my current Slayer level until I at least have Wrath runes. I also get this question a lot in my friggin' UIM videos. Why I want, I'm just like, yeah, I want 95 Runecraft before I do Slayer. And they're like, what the fuck does that mean? So, to elaborate, it's basically a spell on the Arc spell book. Requires 1 Wrath and 1 Blood, or 1 Wrath and 1 Soul, I believe. And it's like a portable Gilded Altar almost, technically, if you want to look at it that way. You click the spell, you use up 3 bones or 3 ashes, and you get 3 times the XP instead of 3.5, which is what the Gilded Altar gives. So it's like huge for UIM, like the hugest thing ever probably. I would imagine this, I mean, it's huge for hardcores too, because we can't use Wildy Altar. So hopefully, I mean, I'll probably show it in like one of the videos in the future, I'm sure. I just don't know when. Because I've been getting that question a lot on the UIM. I guess I should have elaborated on it, but I just assumed you were all very smart, but apparently not, you know? Something like that. That's fucking disrespectful. So yeah, that's the current plan for Zulu. I think it's the rush 95 Runecraft. I think Devious is rushing thieving and then like something after. I don't know. He's pretty useless anyway, so he'll figure it out. And I think Alfie's doing Slayer, and I think I was gonna do Slayer too, but Alfie wants to do it, so I think we'll just both do Slayer. I kind of do want to fish at the starting just to get like 60 agility or something, but that's gonna be really boring if I'm streaming, because like, yeah, I don't want to stream like fishing, so I'm not really too sure what I'll be doing on the stream start in like a few days. I might even take the first day off, or the first few hours at least, and just record instead, because there's probably going to be a lot to be said during the first like few hours of it. I also don't want to stream in the like fucking 8 in the morning. That's not for me, bro. So I'm going to probably stream at like a normal time on the 6th, I would imagine. If I even do stream that day, which I should, since today I'm taking off, which is, today was technically Monday live stream. So yeah. My plan is, I think I was gonna get like black masks for everyone and shit. I think Alfie's getting whips for everyone. I don't really know. I think we're just gonna play a good amount, and because of that, we'll get a decent rank. I know we're kind of hoping for rank 1, I guess. I mean, I don't really give a shit what rank we are, but I think long term, yeah, rank 1. Well, we do have Devious, so he's gonna be playing like 20 different games probably. So maybe rank 1 isn't for us, Devious. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, I think their goal is to get rank 1, so I guess I'll go with it for now. I'm not too sure what my long-term plans are for group, obviously. It's one of those accounts that I don't think I'll be playing forever, obviously, but I'll play for a good amount of time. And that, to me, is a lot for most people. So when I say good amount, it's a lot for most people, probably, but a good amount for me. Obviously, UIM starting at this point, it was probably the worst time I could have done it, but I was bored of the Iron Man a little bit, and all the pet hunting and stuff, and I was just doing Corp on stream. I was like, this is really boring. So, and I also wanted to max another account that, like, you know, I haven't maxed yet, obviously. So, yeah, that made the UIM, and I have been enjoying it. I'm definitely going to enjoy it more later, I think. One thing I definitely do miss a lot is killing Necreals and Slayer Tower. That's kind of like inefficient XP now, which sucks, but I think for a UIM, it seems like it is quite efficient. So that's one thing I do miss doing, especially now, bro, with the freaking that spell. One Necreal task, dude, is like 50k prayer or something. If you get like 250 of them, that's crazy. The amount of times I did a Necreal task, to think that I could have got 50k prayer that whole time. Oh boy, I got yoinked, dude, pretty hard. But yeah, I guess that's the plans for it. One thing I'm looking forward to definitely is group hardcore ToB, I think. Luckily, we have a pretty good group, I think, for group hardcore. As far as I know right now, I can do pretty much any role at ToB, like south or north or whatever. I think Alfie's good too at it. I mean, we normally do it on a hardcore, so we're definitely leeching, but I think we're fine doing normal ToB. And Zulu, obviously, he's good at PvMing. At least I think, right? He's pretty damn good. So we'll have a damn solid team, I think, for trio ToB. And trust me, DVS will be on the sideline cheering up. We're not bringing DVS into ToB ever, bro. Not a chance. You could maybe pay me a few $1,000 and then we'll consider it. But until then, bro, I'm not letting him go in that place. I don't think he's ever done ToB, and I don't know how much of it he's even watched, to be honest. So yeah, I'm good on that, you know, but that's a great 3-man team, and 3-man's kind of the safer way to do ToB anyway, so it works out perfectly. Now, as far as I know as well, this was like kind of worded weirdly, but I believe they did make it so if you PvM outside of your group, you lose prestige. I don't think the group loses prestige, but I think that person PvMing loses prestige with like main accounts or whatever, other Iron Man maybe. But I believe for hardcore, you start prestiged, which also means if you ever PvM outside, you become I don't think you become an Iron. I don't know exactly what it is, bro. I think you might actually lose your status if you PvM outside of your group as a hardcore, but I might be wrong. All I know is that when the poll was, or when the, not poll, I guess when the blog was first released, they said that hardcore start automatically as a prestiged account. And this is before they even had the idea of removing prestige from Iron Man for like PvMing outside of their group. So there's a reason why they made that as a point, and I think that's probably why. So I'm wondering if you PvM outside of your group as a hardcore, do you just become Iron Man after? Like, how does that work? That'd be funny to just watch them like instantly die and become. I don't really know, but I think you can't be a hardcore and not prestige, as far as I'm aware. So you'll probably forfeit your status if you PvM with others, which I'm happy with because that was like the only thing I wanted to focus on was being prestige hardcore, because I think that's crazy. Obviously, we're very used to seeing ToB, Hardcore Iron Man doing it, but obviously they're leeching very heavily. I mean, I've done it myself. It's a big leech, trust me. And now we're going to finally have it where like you really kind of can't leech because you all have to be doing, you know, the semi-more dangerous roles, I guess, at ToB. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to, is kind of bringing life back to hardcore with like ToB at least. Obviously, everything is dangerous as well. Well, pretty much everything. Pest control is dangerous and like all that shit. Jad is dangerous, so DVS might have an RD cloak, bro. He might be chilling with an RD. I'm not doing an early fire cape though, I don't think. I'm definitely not doing an early fire cape. I'm gonna have bruise, probably a blowpipe or some shit. And then we'll go, bro, just in case. You never know. I'm gonna have very high hit points, so nothing can one hit me. Infernal Lies, I don't know if anyone in our group wants to go for it. Maybe Devious wants to go for it, I don't know. I would probably trust Zulu with doing the Infernal on a hardcore, but he'd probably have to practice quite a bit. He hasn't played RuneScape for a good amount of time, so he's probably a little bit rusty. Alfie with maybe max everything could likely do Infernal, I think, without that. I'm just gonna say I don't think it's even worth going for the Infernal Cape. As it is right now, it's not cosmetic, but it's a huge buff to Scythe. But besides that, it's not the hugest difference. If it's gonna risk your status though, then I don't think it's worth it, honestly, bro. Fire Cape at that point ain't even worth, but Fire's easy, alright? But yeah, I think that's the plan for group as of right now. I don't know what else I'll be doing. I'm going to try to focus on the UIM while playing the account, which does mean, I guess this brings us to the next thing probably, is I'm going to take a little back seat on the hardcore. It does not mean I'm logging out on it. I'm just going to be going to Redwoods on the hardcore for the next few months probably while I play the group account and while I do UIM hopefully. Not because I'm enjoying UIM more necessarily than the hardcore, it's just that I have a bunch of spare woodcutting XP. I can still do redwoods for a good amount of time. Might not be efficient, obviously, but that's fine with me, bro. The hardcore's at like 182.5 mil Slayer right now, so I'm about like 3 months maybe off from 200 mil. I guess I could have finished it by the end of the year, but because my UIM's not going to be AFKing during group, that means my hardcore has to AFK, because I'm not playing 3 accounts that are not AFKing at all. That's going to be a big headache, so I think I decided on that. I was originally going to backseat the UIM and I think go fishing on it. I wanted to go fish infernal eels in the Tazar place, which you need like ice gloves and an oily rod for to do. It makes really good money. Oh shit, wrong thing. Hold on, bro. Oh, that's gonna mess up the whole freaking shop. Fuck, I haven't made that mistake before. Right? Guess we have to do 2 here, and don't you dare make any more than 1 of those. All right, now we can make 4 plates. What was I saying? Right, fishing. I was gonna do that and just have a bunch of money on the UIM after, like, I go back to it. But I'm gonna try to AFK it in the background while streaming, and off stream I'll probably AFK the group account for a bit and play this account for a bit because I want to make progress in both. YouTube wise, it's gonna be very like, dude, I'm gonna go from being like the least. I was gonna say relevant, but that's a good word too. Like the least amount of uploads ever. Oh yeah, I can do this. Never mind. I wasn't paying it. I should have looted those by accident. Actually, I can still take these, can't I? Yeah, never mind. We're good. I guess once I hop, it'll make it instantly for me. Yeah, I'm gonna go from almost uploading no videos to God knows how many because this account has a bunch of videos to upload, and then Group Iron Man's gonna have a bunch. Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's gonna be a bit. Group Iron Man's gonna be oversaturated on YouTube, isn't it, Brian? As far as I know, most people doing it are probably gonna upload like 1 video a day almost, or 1 video every 2 days. So it's gonna be nothing but Group Iron Man friggin' content on YouTube probably, and I believe for Twitch as well. Now, from what I was told, Bodhi's not doing group. I don't really blame him. His hardcore's at a really good point right now, so he probably just wants to keep playing it. I'm gonna predict he might regret it, especially if his hardcore dies in between this time. I know that the one league that I didn't do, the first league ever I think that happened, I didn't do it, and then my hardcore disconnected at Sarah, I think, while I was doing it. So if I did do leagues that year, my hardcore would have been alive still, but instead it disconnected at Sarah, so I did regret that, that's for sure. I regret not just doing that league, to be honest, but that's fine. That was like 2 hardcores ago or something. Right, for this account here, I think the next goal on it is to be, this is such a spoiler for the stats, but whatever. Right now I'm working on Song of the Elves, like requirements pretty much. I need like 70 woodcutting, 70 smithing, 70 herblore, and 70 hunter, I think. That's all I have left. Unfortunately, I dropped my magic logs that I had. I handed them in for Desert Treasure. I haven't done the quest yet, but I handed the 12 logs in. And I completely forgot that Morning Against Part 1, I believe, requires a magic log. So I have to go and get one somehow. I know, I think Magpies or something. Some kind of impling gives it to you. Or I could just get the woodcutting level. I mean, 75 isn't too bad. So maybe when I'm streaming, I'll try to AFK Teaks or something, and I'll actually just maybe get 75 woodcutting and chop my own magic. Wouldn't hurt. I'm also going to do a little bit of construction, I think. I want to wait till Prif is unlocked, but I guess it's not a big deal. Because Prif unlocks like a huge construction method. I think DVS is probably doing it right now because he's got his like last skill is woodcutting and construction. So if you see what he's doing, that's pretty much like the ideal way you want to do con, but you need to have Prif unlocked, obviously. So yeah, I guess that'll be something to look forward to in the future. I think it might be worth me getting like at least like the Ring of Dueling and the Sapphire, the Games necklaces in my house on the UIM. Because there's nothing worse than not having convenient teleports around. I'm very used to having a max house, obviously, so yeah, hopefully we'll get that soon. We do have a decent cash stack from doing Slayer, so I could afford a good amount of construction. I'm probably just going to do oaks because of the like Taverly method. You only get oaks from that. I don't, like, teaks aren't really easy for me to get because the only ones I could chop right now are like on Apotal. Or sorry, not Apotal, the ones in Karamja. But I need like 100 trading sticks. That's just fucking not worth it. So, and the run there would be annoying because my house wouldn't be there. So, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much all there is to say about the UIM, I guess. One thing I do want to discuss probably is Nex. If you didn't watch the live stream like a week or so ago, they discussed, like out of nowhere, they discussed Nex. It was, I mean, I guess it was a huge surprise on purpose. And like, I mean, I guess I don't hate that. It's kind of cool just out of nowhere, but dude, I gotta say, the past, like, few months, a little bit too much content? Like, what are they doing, bro? They have the worst, like, execution I've seen in terms of just, there was no content for, like, a year straight, and then in 3 months, there's, like, every piece of content you could ever imagine, which, like, that's just whoever designed it, bro. Y'all are just not that smart, bro. Yeah, group is coming out, then Nex, then leagues. Then Deadman or something? I don't even know, bro. Oh, and Raids 3? Yeah, throw Raids 3 in there too, why not? Yeah, I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, what are they... So for the whole year that we just had, there was 0 content. And then, why do they throw everything at us? I don't get it, bro. That's a bad design. I think that's actually partially why Bodhi's not doing group, is because he wants to play leagues, I think. And playing both probably is a headache, to be honest, so... I believe Zulu's playing group, leagues in our group, and I'm pretty sure Alfie's going to play leagues as well. And I think Devious will probably play it too, because Devious wants to probably upload something on YouTube, so I would imagine he'll be doing leagues too. I think I won't be doing leagues though, so I'll be the only one in that group not doing leagues, probably, I think. I don't really know. Maybe someone else will back out, who knows, because that's a lot of like new accounts. At least leagues is like fast XP, so it's not going to be like tedious as fuck or anything. But yeah, I don't think I'm doing leagues. I've never done leagues yet. The last one did seem pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. It was like the whole teleporting thing. You can just teleport right back to Galward. That seemed pretty cool, I won't lie, bro. But I will maybe do the one after this one. I don't know when that will be, but probably one day. Yeah, I have too much on my... This account kind of halted most things for me. So yeah, I won't be doing too many accounts. One unfortunate thing about all this, because of group though, is I won't be playing my Iron Man account for a good amount of time, I feel like, and that might have been leading to me just burning out on it. I don't really know yet. I think it's at like 25 or something pats or some shit like that, and I've barely been playing it the past few like weeks, ever since I started streaming my UIM. I've been doing like wood cutting on it and like dark crabs. I have like 80k raw dark crabs on it or something now, and a bunch of redwoods, but yeah, I'm not doing 4 accounts, fuck that. So that is the account that I'm pretty much dropping, which does lead me maybe into, okay, we'll talk about Nex again in a few seconds actually, because that's like a huge topic I just brushed over. But you know, let's go to Nex first. Let's talk about that. So when they mentioned Nex, obviously we all probably thought that everything from Nex was coming out. As far as I'm aware, they're not going to be bringing the life point boost from the Nex armors, which makes me very happy, because that was just horrible. I didn't like that addition to the game. I know that rocktails are kind of the same thing, and so is anglerfish, but it is food, I guess, so it's not looked at as the same way. I mean, I guess brews technically boost you up as well, so I guess we're kind of used to it, but yeah, I believe they're removing the life point boost from the armors. For sure. And I believe they said they're only adding 3 pieces of armor and then 3 weapons or something. I think one armor set's coming in the game. It's probably going to be, I just want to say Torva probably. I don't know if they'll call it Torva, if it'll even be like Torva. I'm pretty sure it'll be a nerfed version of Torva, by the way. I don't think it's going to actually be Torva. Because the actual Torva, I think, I haven't looked at the stats, but I'm pretty sure it's probably the same as Justiciar with strength bonus though. So that would definitely not work out in the game. I don't know if they're going to be pulling the stats and stuff like that for Nex armors. I swear that it's being released in like a month. So like, do we even have time for all this? Like, I don't even know, bro. But yeah, what surprises me a little bit is that they're coming out with Nex. Why didn't they just, that whole like Bofa thing they just recently added from Gauntlet? Why wouldn't Nex drop the newest version of the bow? See, I think this is what the issue was with rushing content, was they actually didn't think about this, because the new like non-nerfed blowpipe could have been the bow from Nex, which I don't know if they're gonna still release a bow from it or not, but the original version I think was called a Zenite bow, Zariate bow, something Z, bro. Zarite I think is the name of it, bow. We can probably look it up now if we want, but I'm too lazy. I think it's called Zarite. Yeah, Zarite sounds right. Zaryte or something. Zarite. I think that was the name. It was like a pretty good bow as far as I remember. It was pretty good. I forget, like, it was only out for a certain amount of time, then like we got EOC later on, so it just kind of like ruined everything. So I kind of forget exactly what we're supposed to be looking at. But yeah, they came out with that, and then I have no idea. Is this not a blast front? No, it's not. Who's this noob? Don't take my shit, bro. Look how long hopping takes, bro. This is why I hate doing this method right now. 30-second world hops, bro. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, I saw the disconnection today on Twitter. I think Skiller Dynas Hardcore. Yeah, they had like a nice big world lag today, or a bunch of worlds went down, or something like that. So, yeah, you know, if you're a hardcore, you're shitting your pants. You see, this is a good thing about not being a hardcore right now. I don't need to worry about no worlds going offline, bro. They can go offline all they want. I will not lose my UIM status, you know? That actually does suck. Sorry to Skither, honestly. I saw the clip on Twitter, I believe, and he just, it was one of those lags where it wouldn't respond, but your account was still getting attacked. So, oh, no, it made iron bars. Fuck, that's not supposed to happen. The fuck do we do here, bro? Now we have 28 steel too, which is a not good amount. Crap, bro. What the fuck do we do? This hasn't happened yet. I think I like had like a game lag there or something, as we're talking about lag, because normally that never, I should always hit the anvil before it freaking goes down, I think. So yeah, I'm not too sure what the hell. Wait, should I just make like, let me just make like two of these. If we put two of those, can I even deposit these though? Because I have like, yeah, freaking 28 on here. I'm trying to make this so I can make an actual like even amount of plates here, so it's not really weird later on. There, if I do that, I think we're fine. Something like that. Did that work out? Now I'm gonna have one less in my freaking inventory. Now I think I did the math right. I think the math here is fine, bro. How far are we now from level 38 till 65? Okay. That's actually not that bad to get this level done. I thought it would take a little bit longer. I think I might upgrade to Myth, obviously, once I get 68. Oh, I just made the oh, I meant to make iron, dude. Oh my god, I just double fucked up. Alright, well, let's remove this from the whole... Dude, what the fuck did I just... Do I need to make 3 iron now? 1, 2, 3? Alright, okay. Now we're good, bro. I think... This will be a good amount. Hey, we're new, okay? We're learning. Okay, yeah, we have 15 bars. All right. That better not ever happen again, bro. That was horrible. I wonder how much the iron here asks for, because iron is literally just iron ore. You don't even need coal for it. That's pretty weird. Not that, you know, fucking iron's a bit annoying to actually normally smelt, okay? Just no coal means the iron ore is very cheap here. So, yeah, I'm not sure what it asks for, though. It's like 60 each for the ore, I believe, or some crap. Oh, nice. There's actually a lot of coal in here. What the fuck were we talking? All right, the bow. See, this is method right here is a little bit like too much clicking and shit. I'm gonna like lose my track. Like, okay, well, sure. I'm gonna lose my track, you know, quite often, bro. The train of thought. How the fuck did I call that track? That's awful, bro. I should stop. Oh, I actually see why okay, that's why it feels. I'm on a freaking Australian world, which definitely means I probably failed clicking on the furnace or collecting it. Okay, so that wasn't a game lag. It was just Australian servers, but that's what that was. And it's never happened before. Right, next, that's what we're talking about, I think. Right, so the 3 armors coming out, or 3 armor pieces, not 3 different armors. I think there's just one set of armors coming out. Not the boots and gloves, though. Like, obviously, the old Nex had dropped boots and gloves of every armor, so there was like 5 pieces for each, like, combat style, so 15 armor pieces. The boss did also have something called a Virtus Wand and a Virtus Book. I don't know if we're going to get something more OP than a Kodai. To be fair, Kodai is a very overpowered weapon, and I think Raids 3 is coming out with a freaking, sorry, hiccup, a wand as well, so definitely not a wand. So I'm going to assume it has to either be a melee weapon, or it has to be a ranged weapon. I'm not sure which one they're doing, but yeah, they could have released that Bofa bow at Nex, literally, but they were not smart enough. Now we have a very, like, nice weapon to get on, like, many accounts, especially even UIM. UIM getting that thing is... Oh, I fucked up. That one was actually my... See, I'm getting distracted while recording, bro. I went to this guy for literally no reason. Oh, God. We need to not do this method while freaking recording. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about, I guess, UIM and the goals for this account, because this account kind of did come out of nowhere. I did make a ramble near New Year's, I believe, maybe like 6-7 months ago, I forget. It was around New Year's or some shit, where I talked about how I would probably want to make a UIM sometime this year. Now, when I made that, I wasn't even really sure if I actually wanted to follow through, because at that current time, I was just really enjoying Iron Man and going for pets and all that stuff. I still do. I just wanted to try something new, I think, really. Even though I've hopped around a lot of the... At least my hardcore has not been hopped around on, alright? That account, it is still online, always playing, you know, making progress. But what are the goals for the UIM? I didn't really want to come out and obviously say it right away because I wasn't sure, but I think I do want to try maxing it. I mean, I never thought I would even bother trying it, but... I don't really think it's that, like, hard these days. I don't know, bro. I haven't done much yet, I guess, but it doesn't seem... It's just a little bit slower than Iron... Well, it's quite a bit slower than Iron Man, to be fair. I guess I am also learning new methods, sort of, which is kind of cool. It's just kind of cool to know, like, many different methods on RuneScape that, like, you know, are available, and you just don't really know about them. UIM is definitely one of those ones that'll open up your eyes a little bit, at least. That's good. I don't think I've made any new methods yet myself, though. Maybe eventually we'll find a method that everyone's like, oh my god, no way. But as of right now, I think everything I'm doing has been done pretty much. Though I didn't know much about this method here today. I kind of just glanced over it and looked it up. I didn't even know you could actually... Like, I knew people hopped worlds while doing Blast Furnace, but I always thought that if you didn't hop worlds correctly or something, you would, like, lose what you put on the belt. I didn't really know that, like, if you hopped to a Blast Furnace world, it would just go down. So that I was a little bit confused about. But, yeah, what are the goals for the account? Yeah, I don't really think I set any. I mean, to have just max as your goal is kind of bland, and it's kind of also very long-term. These are the current stats. Oh, we got, like, 67. Almost 68 smithing now, which is pretty good. That'll be myth plates, and I could technically sit here and do myth plates till... whatever level I want, I guess. I don't really know how far I want to go with it, but I know Elite Diary for, like, Lumbridge is, like, massive for UIM. I mean, it's massive for Iron Man, to be fair, so let alone UIM. Recently, I did Lunar Diplomacy Quest, and it changed my Drayman staff, bro, into a Lunar Staff, and Lunar Staff, no matter what, is lost on death, so thanks, Jax, that's very nice. You can't, like, downgrade it. It's just an automatic... Like, I literally have to go and get a Drayman staff back now. I have no choice. Though I was going to go back there anyways for the... whatever it is for the Barrel Gloves quest, where you have to, like, go and kill that black dragon or some shit. The black, like, dragon one, where you need, like, ice gloves or some shit. I guess since I have ice gloves right now, it's actually a great time to go do it. I think I keep these gloves on death. I'm pretty sure they can get stored and stuff, so that would be good. It might be a good time to do it. Ice gloves, getting them back is a bit annoying. There's no, like, quick way. You pretty much have to kill the queen again. So you gotta go all the way over there, bring a pickaxe with you, and just run all the way around. It's not too bad, but you normally do it after suiciding on a hardcore, on a hardcore, on a UIM. So you don't really have much shit with you unless you get it before, obviously. So I had to use, like, a rune sword to get mine back. It only took a few seconds. What are the goals? What's the long-term goals minus that? I mean, the short-term goals as of right now, I think, is just get my stats up, really. Is that like a pretty good goal to say? Yeah, I think it is. I think Diaries I'm kind of working on. Quest Cape I'm kind of working on. There's obviously a lot of hard quests I have left to do. Maybe not hard, but just annoying ones. This is the current quest points as of right now, 246. Which I'm pretty impressed with that. You're going to see a lot of questing UIM progress videos sort of soon. And a bit of ToB even. We did do... I'll just say this. I did get a purple recently. Oh, there's 2 exclamation. Okay, hold on. I got 1 purple not too long ago, like last night actually. So, UIM episode 85 that should be in. So you'll see that in about 5 more years, bro. So... I guess I've just technically been leeching ToB. I mean, hey, I'm doing it like a hardcore does it, okay? So if you're impressed with hardcores doing it, I'm the same. Actually, I might even do more damage in some hardcores just because of the methods you do for it. So, you know, maybe even better, you know? I think some rooms I'm doing like 500 to 800 damage in when it's a 4-man team or some shit. So that's, I don't know, that's like, I don't know, 15% maximum or some shit. When you're supposed to be getting about 25 or something. So, yeah, whatever. I don't really... Yeah, what is the goals, bro? I think I do want to finish ToB on this account for sure. I'm a big fan of just this year being storable. I know Inquisitor is storable and shit, but... yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm not a big fan of Nightmare. I haven't even really learned Fasani's Nightmare yet. I think the day of release I tried it, or the week of release I tried I think I'm on like 18 tries right now and I haven't killed it yet. So I'm pretty shit at it, bro. But I think if you try a few more times, like 3 more times maybe, we'll get it. Though these were all like attempts on different days. I think if I just sat there for 1 day and just tried the whole day, I'd eventually adjust to it and get used to it. It seems like once you get your first few KC, it's like pretty easy after that. Maybe like muscle memory type of shit, really, who knows? But yeah, I haven't even killed it yet. I do think it's amazing armor to get for a UIM, but I'm also a big fan of Justy because I know that I'm going to be doing a lot of Slayer on this account. And if I had Justy, it really is the perfect gear to like pray piety on and not overhead pray. That's kind of my goal with like this account, I think, for Slayer in the future. Like, just imagine neck reels. Having really good prayer bonus with piety on and having tank gear on seems pretty damn good. So yeah, I think Justy is one thing I want to get one day. I know you could just overhead pray and just wear like proselyte and have even more prayer bonus, but then I might not want to use piety because overhead with piety, honestly, in my opinion, is such a huge prayer drain. Even on my hardcore, I use ultimate strength for like abyssal demons and blood valves and shit. I don't even bother with using piety because it's just, the stack is just, that's such a quick prayer drain. It's annoying. It's not an AFK at all either. It's just annoying. I think I've mentioned most of my short-term goals, kind of. I mean, like the last few videos, maybe 95 runecrafting is a long-term goal, but it can be short-term once you get 77 at least. I hope to be AFKing that eventually. I was going to go and do charter ships, actually, for crafting, but then I realized if I'm going to get 95 runecrafting, isn't that like 80-something crafting bros? I don't really even know. Did I just hop to a wrong world? I think I did. So yeah, I don't even know if I need to actually train crafting at the moment because I'm just going to be doing that probably. So, but yeah, we'll figure it out. I want to get a Fury before I go back to Slayer most likely. Runecrafting is going to be most likely just be me getting 65 at the library. And hopefully by then I can do already hard diary. I'm going to thieve master farmers and get my herb lore high enough to hopefully make my own staminas. Unless I don't mind doing no stamina library method. I did get graceful just recently, so maybe I will do no stamina library to 77. That seems really aids. There is that, I put in my house recently, there is a Arc library teleport you can put in your house now. You teleport like, you actually teleport very close to the CIS fairy ring. If you don't want to use our already cloak for a fairy ring, honestly, CIS is a very good one to unlock. I know you can also unlock the salve one where the CKS fairy ring is. That one is extremely close to a fairy ring, but this one has some use as well because it's the library. Library is good for, you know, you teleport to your house, you touch your stamina pool, then you go back to the fairy rings and or the teleport in your house, and you teleport straight to the library. So it's actually not that bad. I haven't tried it yet without stems and with full graceful, but you can probably do a good amount of runecrafting before you have to go to your... you probably can, honestly. It's probably pretty shit, but I mean, what do you expect, right? It's a pretty mediocre method anyways. At least you don't need to get essence. There is a decent essence method you could do with the new spell book, the Arc spell book. There's one of the prayers, or one of the spells. You can like convert prayer to energy or something, and there's an altar at ZMI, so you don't really even need prayer pots while doing it. You just have to pray at the altar every time pretty much, and that gives you energy. But I think you need like astral teleport tabs, like the ZMI tabs, which I think there is a ZMI tab, so you need like soft clay and all that stuff. It's a little bit annoying, but it is an interesting method that you could do. I was wondering who would use that spell in the Arc library, or sorry, the Arc spellbook, and that's like the only use for it, I think. Who wants to normally take their prayer points and give it energy instead? I value prayer way more than energy normally, unless I'm doing something really special or specific, which would be ZMI, I guess, because the altar's right there. What else is the goals? Oh, obviously, I don't want to rush Corrupted Gauntlet, but I know Gauntlet is huge. Oh my god, we just got 68. Big, 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 big. Yeah, I don't want to like rush it, but I am sort of rushing it. I mean, this is day 51, and yeah, we're not that far, honestly. I think the only thing I'd like to do is Desert Treasure, get 82 magic, and then I would pretty much have the requirements. I got Bruise from ToB, obviously, in my looting bag, which is not currently on me. So yeah, I have all the food. I know like some UIMs, they've done it with Blood Blitz and like food, like 22H or the pizza, the pineapple pizzas. Luckily I have Bruise, so it's not too bad for me, I don't think. Let's see what this is going to be like making Mithril, bro. I actually haven't done this yet. This is going to be interesting, bro. Mithril Platebot. I've never ever done this method before. Let's see how it works. So we'll go to the nice... Well, it's the same method, obviously, but I'm going to need way more coal. Now, I do have like 5k coal. I wonder if it's worth me... holy shit, 750 XP drop for that, eh? It's also nice. I don't got to worry about making the wrong bars now. I can only make Mithril bars with those, so that's pretty sweet. I'm just going to need a lot more coal. I have like a bunch of noted coal. I wonder if I should get rid of my runes in my inventory and just bring my noted coal, maybe? And use it up, because like that might save me some money. What's the XP? 250, right? Nice, 250, and you get more smelting XP, but there's more coal needed now, which is a bit annoying. I think it's 2 coal per myth. So now the question here is, out price here is 3.1, and what do you sell these for? 2.8. It doesn't get that much lower as far as I'm aware. It looks like other UIMs are selling it. Remember, a nature rune costs like 200 as well. This kind of sucks because someone else sold it in this world, which made it even worse. Alright, well, that might be a bit of a loss. Maybe I don't want to sell all 10 in one world. Maybe I want to hop. I guess I could just alch them. Maybe sell a few, then alch the rest. I don't really know. I'm assuming if there's a bunch already there, then maybe I shouldn't sell them all because there's other pussy UIMs doing this. So yeah, okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. What else is the goal for the account? Shortish term. Dude, I really just have my eyes focused mostly on the friggin' 7 plates. What the fuck, bro? What this is UI? Am I gonna like break even doing this though? Even if I don't want to like lose too much money. I don't want to alch though. I hate this alching shit, bro. It's fucking annoying as hell. This is way too much. I mean, I am actually about to get the mage level, though. Almost 77, which is the spell, obviously. So I'll do it for that at the very least, and then thank God we're pretty much done with magic. I didn't really do anything for magic. I did, however, Slayer, Dart, Kuros. You'll see progress videos probably on that soon enough. But Slayer, Dart, and Kuros is like free mage XP. It's about 50k an hour. The loot you get from Kuros like pays for your death runes pretty much, so... It wasn't horrible, to be honest. Wait, I probably shouldn't be buying so much myth in one world. Ooh, that might be a little bit too expensive. Looks like this method might be a bit more So maybe I don't want to stack up 10 plate bodies doing this method, probably. Maybe just 5 per world. Because right now I'm going to have, 10 plates to make here, but that might be too expensive. So Yeah, maybe I should do that, to be honest. We'll just do 5 per world now instead. That might be a bit tedious, but it should be much better XP no matter what, so that's fine. Um, I wish I like thought about things before I just started rambling, but that is what a ramble is. Goals. Goals. Maxing. That's it. That's the only goal, isn't it? What else do you work on, dude? I can never make an account and play it long term without maxing it, I don't think. I don't think it's possible. No matter what the account is. To just play it and never max feels a bit weird to me, bro. It's a bit foreign. Oh, come on, bro. Who is selling 2.3? That's a pretty big loss, to be honest. These plates is not free, that's for sure. Yeah, okay. That's not good. Maybe if there's that many. Dude, it's like degen hours. It's 4 fucking a.m. Who the hell is doing this ragging ass method? Right, so something else that I actually don't think I've discussed yet, because they mentioned it in a live stream, I believe. I believe they hired like some kind of economy type. I don't know what the fuck it is, but they hired some professionals. Not to even mock it, because it's actually not a bad idea. They mentioned this, I think, on the live stream in terms of gold sinks. I believe they have confirmed that they are going to be removing the duel arena from the game. Which is a pretty crazy step. I don't think we ever thought it. Not to be fair, I do think there is like laws against like betting and just gambling online and whatnot. So I wonder if like the duel arena kind of has those limits, like it's exceeding them, because I think so. I'm not too sure about this shit, but I'm pretty sure there's some laws that protect humans or some shit against like some type of gambling, something online. I don't really know exactly, but. Whereas there's technically no cap for RuneScape gambling though, because you can just gamble as much as you want pretty much. So I think legally they did run into trouble a while ago with like Treasure Hunter, I think on RS3 or something. Something to do with some weird shit. It was like 3 years ago probably, but they did talk about removing the duel arena, which is I mean, I've never done staking obviously. I've always just assumed, I don't actually really understand like the addiction for it, because I don't have a gambling addiction, I guess. But it has definitely turned into a gambling addiction, it seems like, with the duel arena. Luckily for me, I never got into it. Maybe I am a gambler, I just don't know, but I don't want to gamble because the way I make my money, at least I used to on a main account, it's very slow. To lose it all in one stake, not worth my time. I mean, I guess that's technically how you could look at IRL too, right? If you were to, work 8 hours a day and blah, 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 and then spend all the money. I guess it applies the same way, doesn't it? But to me, it just never seemed worth it. I'd rather just break even, aka don't even bother gambling, than to do it. But I have a few friends in the past that definitely got addicted to it, and it did definitely turn into them buying gold. They would sell the gold, but they would buy it back later on. So they wouldn't really just break even. But I believe once they added the tax of duel arena, a lot of them stopped staking, I think, because technically long term you do just kind of lose money at the duel arena now. In a sense, I mean, you still make obviously, but at the end of the day, duel arena is always taking money out of the game. That is one thing I was worried about though, is if they did remove the duel arena, a huge gold sink is removed from the game. As of right now, I feel like it's the majority of the gold leaving the game is the duel arena, so I've always been kind of like for it, for, the economy. But obviously I'm not for it in terms of what it is. And I think that's why they hired people to discover this next method that they're going to be doing for gold sink, I think. Basically, they're going to be taxing the GE, but in a very interesting way. Very similar to Death Coffer, where you can just put items in there and they're worth gold technically. That alone is kind of an item sink. But you are kind of getting money in return, I guess. So it's almost there, but not fully. I believe their plan was to technically tax the GE and then take that sum of gold that was taxed and technically buy items from the GE with it. That way it's sunk fully out of the game. Now this is like an amazing idea. I really hope, and I'm pretty sure this will happen because I don't see why it wouldn't. But that's a really good update for the future of this game, I feel like. I don't know why, but I'm very happy about it. I don't even fuck with main accounts anymore, obviously, but just hearing that is great because I hope they give us like an update of like what they removed this week from the game and this month and stuff like that. Maybe yearly, you know, they could do like those data poll, those data streams they used to do, like Matt K. I like to see what they actually technically sink out of the game in a matter of a year from just taxing the GE. So it'll be interesting, but I'm definitely for it. If they have to lose a duel arena, I feel like they do have to add something else to replace that gold sink that we have. And the GE tax is probably the only real logical way to do it. I mean, it makes sense anyways. When you buy stuff or you sell stuff, you do get taxed IRL. But not that the game has to follow the IRL shit, because it definitely don't make sense half the time. But that one does make sense in general. I do think that might bring back some people, obviously, to start trading. Like the big ticket items, people might actually start trading those instead of using the GE. But then again, I feel like just due to laziness, if you're buying a ToB, do you mind losing like 8 or 9 mil? Probably not. If it's a 1%, I'm assuming maybe on a higher ticket item, it might be taxed a bit less even. So anything worth over 100 mil might be like, you know, instead of 1%, 0.75, you know, something like that. Anything worth over 500 mil, you know, it's like this and that. Or they could just scale it so it's not like a certain amount of money. It's just, you know, like 0.01% more tax every 5 mil value, something like that. I don't know what the math would be, obviously. I'm just spitballing here, but they could do it like that or just make it a flat rate pretty much. And then have increments of like 100 mil plus. So we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely a big fan of this change. Hopefully it does. I don't know if they're going to pull it. It might be an integrity thing. They might put it under that, so it might not even be pulled. I don't know if I would see, like, I mean, I don't know if people would quit over a 1% tax to the GE. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there'll be some uproar. I doubt there'll be any Falador riots over it. But who knows? These days, it seems like we're all very trigger happy. I'm just going to Fally and meeting up every freaking week. The past, like, month has been pretty much that, like, 10 times. You know, the whole HD thing. Which is very nice, by the way. HD, dude, it's crazy to think we almost didn't have this. I wasn't gonna be, like, all about HD. I was like, I would like it just so other people have it, but I don't really care much for it. But since I've turned it on, I haven't turned it off. And I bet most of you watching can probably, like, it's probably the same for you, same situation. You weren't going to use it, and now you're like, well, there's no point of turning it off. There are some places that are a little bit weird looking. I'm sure those will get updated in the future, so it's not so crazy. But I don't know, once you have it turned on, it's almost like there's no need to turn it off. It's the same thing, but just looks a bit more appealing. Not that I play for graphics, by the way. Never have, probably never will. But yeah, it's nice. You know what I mean, bro? It's HD. I mean, why not? So that's pretty good to see. What else was there to talk about that they did? Anything else recently? Trying to think, but I'm not too sure. You know what? Let's pause this for a bit and think of some kind of shit. I'm trying to think what else they did in their live stream that I didn't really catch on. Obviously, there was Nex. There was, like, League stuff, but I don't even look at League stuff because I just don't plan on really playing it. So, give it cool, bro. You bastard, bro. Yeah, there's some kind of League stuff. I don't look at that stuff. Oh, right. Deadman's being rerun, I believe. Oh, right. This topic. Considering, you know, Deadman is supposed to be an advertisement. There was a very big, huge post out of nowhere, just like Nex, kind of. It seems to be the trend for the old school team now, bro. They're paying God knows how much money for this because, yeah, these types of streamers are worth quite a bit of money. But they are paying these live streamers right here a crazy ass amount of money to play Group Iron Man on the day of release, I believe, or something. It's like a sponsored stream, pretty much. They've done a few in the past, I'm sure, anyway. So, I mean, you kind of probably know what it is, but don't have mischief there, right? That might be one of the people I actually know. I know him. I know of his name. I've seen this guy's face before. I don't know what his name is. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of out of the loop with, like, other Twitch. I know Lud is, like, the one that does, like, the Extendo Streamo things and made $8 billion from it or something. So some of the names ring a bell, but dude, out of nowhere, the old school team just said, these guys are all playing Group Iron Man on the release. Go watch them on Twitch. So I really would like to know how much that costs. Because, dude, streamers like this is almost top tier streamers in terms of, like, Twitch, like, you know, sub counts and stuff. Like, these people make quite a few mil per year. So for it to be worth their time, I can only imagine how much not the old school team, Jags technically, has paid out for these people. I mean, it's all of them. Now, I saw something on Twitter, and I do kind of agree. I think it was from Maz. It does make me think of something, though. Maybe a conspiracy, possibly. Not that I would agree with it, but I'm just saying it's interesting. Because of, polls being hidden these days. So let's just say Group Iron Man legit failed. I feel like what they posted on Twitter was planned far ahead of time. Because Group Iron Man passed like just recently, and all of a sudden they have 10 or 20 huge live streamers on Twitch, not just RuneScape, that all agreed just recently that they're going to do Group Iron Man together. I almost feel like this was set in motion a long time ago. And which makes me think, if Group did fail, would it have failed? I mean, would they just make it so it passed? I'm not like saying it's a conspiracy, but I mean, there's no way that the old school team or Jags could have afforded realistically to make a contract with all these people, big streamers, pay out a lot of money, and then Group Iron Man just fails and they're like, hey, you know what, guys? Sorry, we ain't gonna be doing it. Can we get our money back? So that's interesting. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, huh, you know what? Kind of true. What would they do if it failed? I mean, all these people they've already talked to, I'm sure. There's no way they had all these live streamers in the matter of a few days agree to this contract to play Group Iron Man on stream. This had to be like a month in advance or some shit. So there is a possible slight chance that Group could have actually failed, but they purposely passed it because they kind of had to business-wise. But I don't agree with. I don't believe they did that, but if they did, I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. I would not be surprised. If you set something like this up, you can't afford for it to fail, to be honest. Like, they literally couldn't afford for this to not pass because they've already gotten in contracts with people that are going to play it on release. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a little bit weird to think about because it is potentially true. Not that it is, but, it's a cool idea to float around and just think about for a few seconds. But, yeah, I'm going to be honest. RuneScape is a game that I think a lot of people know, have heard about, and maybe have played. But I don't think it's a game that is ever going to gain players, to be completely honest with you. It's kind of shitty to say that because it would be cool to see it grow. But I don't think there's much hope for like gaining players for RuneScape. I don't think this game will ever jump to 500,000 people online, unless it's all botters. Because it's just not that type of game to gain a new following. I think most people that play this game have played it in the past. They know of it. They've heard about it from the past. And they just feel like playing it for a bit. I don't really think it's a game that's going to... Like when Fortnite came out, it just kind of blew up and got bigger and bigger. I don't think RuneScape's ever going to have that type of like outburst of like viewers going up. So as much as it's cool to see them spending money on advertisement, I don't think it's going to do shit. To be completely honest with you. Now, one thing I hope they did... I've never understood why Jax is okay with this, but whenever they sponsor a stream, it's literally a dude going to Lumbridge, accepting money from his viewers that also play RuneScape, and I'm not even joking, like they're zoomed out of their screen. They're playing full screen. They're 32-inch full like screens that they have. They're playing on full screen, which makes it so you literally can't see shit on RuneScape. Like you can't this you can see right now how zoomed in I am. You can see everything going on. When you zoom out and you're on a 32-inch screen, you literally can't see shit. I'm really hoping that we don't see that this time. I mean, you can make some like adjustments when you're paying people to do a sponsored stream. Like, hey, play on resizable, don't play full screen. Like, these should be rules that they put in the contract whenever they sign them or have them signed. You shouldn't be allowed to just play full freaking 32-inch screen. It's literally impossible to see what the fuck is going on, dude. It's never made sense to me. Why, when Jax pays money for streamers, they don't do it correctly. It's just the stupidest way of doing it. Especially since a lot of streamers, ones that don't even play RuneScape, have played RuneScape in the past. So it's not like a foreign game where you're asking them to do some weird shit they don't understand. A lot of them have played. A lot of them do play it in their spare time. So yeah, I don't know. It was a bit weird to me to always see a sponsor stream like really fucking out of touch with the game. I mean, obviously it's out of touch. When I do a sponsored like, YouTube ad, I'm obviously out of touch. But these are also huge companies that have a lot more than Jags. So, I guess it's how it is. But I think they could at least, at the very least, make it more appealing to watch the streams. Now, one thing I will say, though, this time around, it's going to be interesting because every sponsored RuneScape stream has always been dudes sitting in Lumbridge taking GP from viewers. But this time they're going to be an Iron Man account, so they literally can't do it. So that does make me think we're in for a new surprise, maybe. I'm assuming they're all going to be streaming on the day of release. So, I mean, I don't know. This video is coming out the day before it comes out. So, I don't know. Watch them if you want, but I'm gonna watch actual RuneScape streamers. No offense. I mean, maybe I'll go in there just to see what's going on, but it's not to watch them for RuneScape content, obviously, because they're not going to be doing anything. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was a huge price tag, that's for sure, without a doubt. I also don't think it's going to do anything. I am willing to bet some money even on it if you want, bro. But I don't think the player base is going to go up much at all. Now, it might, in a sense, go up slightly to starting, as usual. But I also think it's going to be because a lot of people might try to multi-log. Most people have an account they're working on right now. Group seems quite fun for a lot of people. So I can imagine some people trying to log onto a brand new account, which will up the player base, obviously. So it might be a fake number, technically, because it's one person playing 2+ accounts. But nonetheless, it'll still be up, I guess. So that'll be, something to look at. But long term, this will have no effect, bro, in my opinion. It never has. It never will, probably. It's not a game that can gain viewers or player bases. It's just whatever it has is what it retains. And they just have to hope they don't lose their current base, because once they do, it's probably over for the game. I mean, there's no way you're going to attract new players or new people to a game that is like this. It's very grindy and it's all that crap. A lot of games these days as well are actually pay to win. Like mobile games especially, very pay to win. So, I mean, that has like its own crowd, believe it or not. As much as we're against it, obviously, because this game's designed around grinding. So why would you want to play a game when it's about grinding, but then you can purchase the grind? Kind of defeats the purpose. But there is a player base out there that likes pay-to-win type of games. So, yeah, well, not a player base, I guess a community. There's a community out there that just loves to buy their progress on games. So, that is a thing, but it's never going to be a thing for old school. Well, I mean, technically it could be. If they did it, most people would still quit, but they would make so much money that it'd probably cover the people they lost, to be honest. Because you can make so much from microtransactions. I would imagine most games these days have it just by default, to be honest. But yeah, I was quite surprised when I saw that post because it just came out of nowhere, just like Nex. And yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. But I have zero hopes the game will grow because of it. But it will definitely have a lot of eyes on it. But like I said, if they don't make them play the game in a good visual way of watching it, at least the stream, it's not gonna go very well in my opinion, because you can't see what's going on when you're so zoomed out on a 32-inch screen, bro. It literally doesn't work. So I'm hoping they did something about that, because yeah, whoever's coming up with these contracts, add that in there, big guy. Fucking just be like, hey, no 38-inch screen, bro. Like, don't play on your freaking TV, because you can't see anything. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see that they can't just take money as soon as they make an account now, because that seems to always be the trend, is they just go to Lumbridge and talk to their viewers that have already been playing RuneScape. And I mean, it's cool, I guess. They just chat shit up and stuff, but nothing gets done for the game really in terms of advertisement. So yeah. And obviously they're not going to be playing after their sponsored ad. Like, that's, I hope I don't have to cover that with you guys, but obviously the people streaming it on that day with ad probably in their title, legally I think you have to have that these days, they're not going to be playing long term. Now, some of them might play, because there is some streamers that do play RuneScape in their spare time, but they don't stream it because it's not their game, I guess. But yeah, it is a thing, even though it's kind of weird. It almost kind of is surprising. But yeah, like I said, it's always had a good player base, but just it can't get new ones. That's the only negative thing about it. So, whew, yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, by the way. This is just off Twitter, I think off Ash's Twitter. But do you guys know that like Wildy Plus or whatever they were gonna add like a few months ago or something? Or most few cares were like, what the fuck, this might ruin the Wildy. I think they actually scrapped that entire idea. I don't know if this is like factual or not, but I did see Ash's tweet, I think, saying that they pretty much scrapped the idea. So that whole thing might not be happening, which is weird because there was a group, there was a UIM poll, only UIM could vote on it, and it passed, where they're making it so you can put shit in your looting bag in a non-Wildy area. Technically, it's the Ferox place and the Wildy, which is like not in the Wildy. The area's in there, but it's not actually Wildy. So that whole poll, I think, was it not added mostly because of Wildy Plus? I don't really know. I wasn't really looking at UIM stuff then, so I really had no clue. But yeah, I think that poll passed, so they technically have to put it in the game. I think, I don't really know, but we might be getting a free safe bagging method for UIM pretty soon, and it's only happening because of Wildy Plus, and now there's no Wildy Plus. So just a big free... Dude, there's too many people doing this. What the fuck? So pretty much just a big update for UIM that we got, and it's for technically no reason. I think Wildy Plus was going to make it so bagging... Oh my god, bro. Who the fuck is buying all these ores? Yeah, I think it was going to pretty much make it so you can't really box like a skeleton anymore when you're putting shit in your bag. But what you could do is log on to an alt and box yourself, I think. So technically, it was rewarding people that use alts on an Ironman account, which is stupid to reward that because you're technically not supposed to use any. So I think that was like their way of making it so it's like even, but now they're removing that. So yeah, I don't know. We might have just got a big update for UIM without really actually needing it anymore. So I'm not complaining, bro. That's great for me.